Hey you guys, how are you all? Happy Eclipse. I've gotten a question from several of you, and it's what I do on the eclipse. And this is exactly what I'm doing. And right now I'm up in nature. I would say that what I do on whether it's a lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, something specifically energetically going on, what I do first and foremost is the same as I do every single day. I stay really, really present. This is my practice always. Staying present in my body, staying present with what is arising in my life. Because I know that whatever next thing is arising in the present moment, that is where my attention is, that is where my forward movement is, that is what I need to let go of is showing up. That's everything, right? And I would say during some energetic point, I first and foremost tune in and feel into the guidance that I get within. If there's something specific I want to do, yes, sometimes I've done rituals, ceremonies, things like that. For the most part, I don't. It's really just what I feel guided to. It's what I feel aligned with, what is arising. Like for example today, it's been a really, really quiet day for me. I have not been as productive as I would have liked to be, but that's okay. It's like that some days. And then this evening, suddenly I just felt like, if you've been following for a good while, you know that in the summer I love going up in the lake and have my evening bath, and it feels so cleansing. Even though it's a lake, it feels, in that specific lake, it's not like having a bath in the sea, but it feels as cleansing. It's really special. And I was like, oh, that would have felt amazing if I could just go up there and do that. And as you can see, I'll show you guys, there's no bathing for me. I'm not an ice bather. So, and then as I was having that feeling in my body, I just felt like, oh my goodness, I just want to have a shower, to just feel that sort of cleansing of the water. And as I was standing in the shower, I felt I really want to go up to the lake anyways. And then I just did it. It was, when I left home, it's only like 5 minutes away from the forest and the lake. And as I left home, it was like 20 minutes until the sun set, so it's pretty much setting now. But I was just like directly out of the shower. As you can see, I got into the car, I drove up here, and I'm just sitting here. Just as I was coming up, I heard the tones of the nature spirits, and I'm just really tuning into what I feel guided to. And I think just snapping out of whatever I was sitting doing, and coming up here and just sitting with the nature and connecting to the elements is just what I needed. It's coming up again and again with the elements today. So this is what I'm doing. I'm staying present. I'm doing what I'm guided to, as I am most days. And I do pay extra attention to any patterns that might be coming up. Like for example, now I know there's an eclipse. I know it's connected to the eclipses that was in October, and there are some very clear patterns in my life of topics that has been a theme, I would say, from October till now. So I'm sort of like gaining a deeper awareness at this time of these things and how it has shifted me. And I shared a bit about that in my newsletter that I sent out yesterday. I tend to share a bit more personal things in the newsletters. I love writing as well. So if you haven't subscribed for that, there's a link in the description box. But yeah, there are topics around being more direct, more, less fearful of conflicts. I've always been a kind of person that is. It's very important for me that things are fair. So like from I was a child, there was no problem for me to like speak in public, stand up for others, but I have not had the same ability always on behalf of myself, and this is something that I've been growing more and more into, and a lot of things have shifted for me in that. For example, that's one of the topics that for me has been coming up now, and so it's more like having the awareness and allowing myself to be maybe even more open than normally to the awarenesses to come in, and to really try to stay back, I think, from having a preconception or a mental idea of how the eclipse or the full moon or whatever it is supposed to be, and having expectations based off of what I'm reading or hearing or whatever, but really staying really present. And from that point, whatever needs to be shown in my life will be shown, if I'm not distracting myself with other things. So this is what I'm doing, always. And sometimes I feel guided to do specific things, like having a fire ceremony, for example, because there's things I'm letting go of, and then I receive guidance. I just feel intuitively how I want to do that. Maybe I get invited to something, maybe it resonates, maybe it does not, and I just follow whatever feels right. Always follow your inner guidance, always. I will give out a video soon. I'm still working on taking the notes from the channeling. It's a really long channeling, so it takes a lot of time to go through it and write the notes and sort of get a video then outlined from it. But there are topics like polarities, acceptance, judgment, boundaries, and placing conditions versus being open. These are topics that I talked about that are really important now, and that will be for the rest of the year. And also about thought forms that are floating around in the collective field now, that will be clearing, because there are a lot of things clearing in the human now for the next couple of years. So stay tuned for that video. It will be up the coming days. And if you want to share in the comments what you are doing for this eclipse, or what you normally tend to do on eclipses or full moons or whatever, I would love to hear that. It's always great to hear what you guys are sharing, and also other people can get inspiration from that. So, here from the lake, still ice on the lake up here in Norway, though today it has been signs of spring again. Hope you are doing okay. Let whatever is happening be happening in your life. Accept, allow, and keep moving forward with what you want to create in your life. Much love, everyone. Bye bye.